Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, the list is endless. And yet social media has been around for a relatively short time. This is especially true if you disregard the early forerunners like 6 Degrees in 1997 and start with early examples of mainstream social media like MySpace in 2003, then Bebo and YouTube in 2005. We've already seen the demise of some of these sites in the last few years like Vine and Google+. So where do we invest our time and money? Well, there are a few schools of thought here. 1. Shotgun. The first school of thought is the one most organisations seem to have chosen. Many organisations seem to have Twitter, Facebook, and sometimes YouTube. I've even seen some organisations with multiple Facebook pages managed by different departments. These seem to be the evolution of some slices of inspiration and mini projects that die before they get off the starting blocks. 2. Hungry hippos. The second type of social media strategy I've seen is the hungry hippo approach. These are organisations with every conceivable social media channel, even the obscure ones. Now that's fine if that's what you do for a living, say a media company or a professional influencer. Is that even a thing? But as a regular business, being on all the social media platforms is risky. I'll explain why in a minute. Number 3, sniper. These are the timid shrews of social media with a single lonely channel, sitting like the nerdy kid at the school dance, all alone and wishing he was in an online adventure killing orcs in Azeroth. So which is right? Well, much depends on what you're planning to do with it. The problem with most of the existing channels is that they're so boring I could fall into a coma reading them. My first message to the social media staff is that your audience is not interested in the utter banality of empty posts like, "It's bring your dog to work day" or "Happy Monday." Go back to why we're here. Your social media isn't a giant contest, the organisational equivalent of peeing up the wall competitions like we had in Red House Junior Schools in the boys' toilets. Remember, you exist because of and to serve your customers. Start there. What would your customers want to see? And when I say customers, I mean everyone, not just your tenants. Include leaseholders, commercial tenants, management partners, third-party organisations, and even suppliers. All of these people are likely to be on your social media. They probably have never vaguely been interested in what you've posted. Most of you spend tens of thousands of pounds a year on customer engagement teams or tenant participation officers. How many of you task those people with finding out what should be on your social media feeds? Housing organisations by default do tend to post some of their good news stories, but usually limited to tenancy engagement team and the events, maybe with the odd development-based story. This is terrible and so restrictive. If you're serious about social media as a communications channel, you need to commit to it fully or come off it altogether. I have customers who see their Facebook as a landing area for very public complaints with pictures. Think about all the great things that happen every week in your business, not just with customers, but across everything you do. Sure, new schemes being built is great, but if I'm a customer, think how this would be of interest to me. Could you market services relating to the post that you are making? Let me give you an example. One of the most common posts I see is either some groundbreaking ceremony at a new scheme or the opening of a scheme with the narrative, "XYZ Housing are pleased to announce blah 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 scheme such a place has been opened by this low-level council official that probably has opened the local chippy yesterday." Oh my god, nobody cares. What would that mean to a customer? Does it mean they can apply, go on the list, bid for it? What's the new scheme for? How has it been funded? Will it help tackle homelessness or some other social factor? How can I find out more? What if I want to live in a house like that, but I don't qualify for that one? What are my options? Are there similar schemes on offer? Are you building more? The basic problem is organisations are ignoring big data. Look at the databases you have and look at what tenants may actually be interested in. Analyse the bulk of transactions coming into your business. Some are constant, like make a payment, log a repair, chase a repair, report ASB. When are you releasing a particular scheme? When do I get my new kitchen? I like Mrs. Miggin's kitchen down the road. Bidding on a property. The list goes on, and they're specific to each HA. Some are seasonal, like rent statement queries, rent increase complaints, benefit renewals, and winter repairs due to frost. All of this data should absolutely feed into your social media calendar. Don't have one? Never heard of it? You probably don't. Every year, an outlined social media calendar should be set up planning your communication strategy. Social media is your digital shopfront, more so than your website. People will see it more than your website as their participation is passive. It appears in their feed. Then think about how that impacts the customer. Include departments that are back office too. Has IT done something that will change the website or the phone system? Has finance refinanced something to save a lot of money? What will they do with that money? Also, think about putting that human face to the business. Tell your audience about the people behind the logo. My parting advice for all of you is this. All of these things are set up with the best intentions, but like website news sections, they die. Starvation is the issue when they don't get fed. Have senior level reviews of your social media like you would for an area office that wasn't getting the visits that you wanted. Ultimately, it needs to be effective and bring the value like any other investment in the business. Feed it news and post interesting and relevant articles 2 or 3 times a week. Or close it. You wouldn't be the first. Wetherspoons closed their social media and their chairman announced, "We are concerned that pub managers are being sidetracked from the real job of serving customers. I don't believe that closing these accounts will affect our business whatsoever." I dare you, senior managers watching this now, go onto the social media of your company and see how old the last post is. I think you'll be horrified. If I'm wrong, post a link below in the comments to your social media channel and show us how it's done.